I see. Go.
Hey, everybody. It's Anthony Bowling with the Anthony Bowling Group and another episode of Chasing Gazillions. Ain't the same as making millions. Another day here with the Anthony Bowling Group, your local real estate professional, bringing you helpful information that affects you and your family and living here in Ward 7, Washington, D.C., 20019, 220, 06, and 03 now. The ward has expanded. And so we've gotten bigger. And we are bringing you another episode here, talking with the next Ward 7 council member, Valerio B.J. Johnson, who has been out campaigning and experiencing you and meeting you, and today has a message he wants to share with you, talk to you about some exciting things. I'm not going to steal his thunder. I'm tempted, but I'm not, because I know he is equally as excited about what has happened, and he wants to share that with you. So I'm going to hit this. Does that make it larger? It makes it larger on my screen, but does it change it for you all?
No,
anyway, it doesn't. Okay. Well, maybe I don't have to have it large on my screen. But in any case, I have it large right now. Everybody, meet Valerio VJ Johnson. Welcome back to the show, VJ.
Wow. So I just got sad news. Miss Carolyn Ray passed. She's a neighbor in Penn Branch. Real hardcore environmentalist. One of those people who all about keeping neighborhoods clean and very active in that civic association.
Right, here it is.
So she just passed away, and it was sad. I think it brings feelings to me, because my grandma passed away. She passed away at Doctors Community Medical Center, which is not in DC, which is not in Ward 7, which is not in Ward 8. And so it's just a constant reminder of how our community cannot have its medical needs taken care of in its community. So I know we're not supposed to talk about that, but I'm paying attention to my phone, and I'm getting all these notices, man, and it's just tough, man. It's just tough. Every time we lose an elder, it's like we saw with Mr. King yesterday, 80, 88, 89.
87.
Yeah, man. We got to do more. We just got to do more for our seniors, man, and our neighbors. 70 is the new 50, believe it or not, so 70
yeah.
is 50.
Yeah. But these are our neighbors, and these are our colleagues and friends and neighbors. And when you do so much and you're so involved in the community, it impacts you. I see it. Wow.
Yeah. But here's the thing, man. That's why we need capable, competent, and committed leadership to take the reins after Vincent Gray retires. He himself is having his own health issues at 81, and he was a fighter for healthcare networks and systems here in Ward 7 and Ward 8. So in the District of Columbia in general, right? So it's very important that we vote. Very important that we vote early.
Oh, what's that? Talk to us. It looks like a ballot.
You got yours?
I did get mine.
Okay. Did you fill it out?
You know what? I knew exactly what to do with it. I did it immediately.
Yeah.
But you know what? I did get some information that some people got their ballot and thought it was a notice about the election. Some people got their ballot and was like, what? I got to mail this in? I don't want to mail it in. When do I go to vote?
Yeah.
right? Things are changing.
Well, you voted. So did you vote for VJ?
Number 4 on the ballot. Number 4. The fourth name down. It's not numbered. It's not numbered. Are you opening yours right now?
Anthony A. Bolin and the Bolin household endorses Valerio VJ Johnson.
All 4 of the adults in my household
for Ward 7 DC Council. All
That's right.
So I opened it up and it's instructions. So it says mail in ballot instructions. Okay. Let's see. All right, there you go. Step 1. Your ballot, a secrecy sleeve. Secrecy sleeve.
That's right.
And the return envelope. Okay. Got what I needed. Oh, I got an I vote sticker. Did you get your I vote sticker?
No I vote sticker in the mail.
Ha! Here's the I vote sticker. It's stuck on it. There you go.
Yes, there it is at the top.
All right. So with black or blue pen?
Yes, a black or blue pen, black or blue ink.
All right, here we go. Blue.
Okay.
There we go. We got some other names, but this is the name right here.
I can't see it. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. This name. This the name? That guy. Is that?
Oh, hold on. Okay, there you go. Yes, right there. I see it. Yes.
That name sticks out. It's the biggest name.
Because it's like Valerio VJ Johnson II.
Yeah.
It's the longest name. It's the larger. It's prominent.
You know why it's the longest name?
No.
I'm the longest serving. And has the longest track record of making Ward 7 work.
Okay.
Making government work for Ward 7. So yeah, Here you go. VJ is here. We're going to circle that. We're going to color that in with a blue pen. And we're going to put that in and we're going to get that out here. We're going to get that out of here. Yes. There we go. I'm going to vote for my other people. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Who I'm going to vote for.
So you're doing this from the safety, security, privacy of your home.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. No one's looking over your shoulder. No one's peeking at who you voted for.
That guy's looking over my shoulder, but
that's right.
It's me.
But now everyone can you get it, you open it. Okay, now you take a blue or black pen and you circle the 4th name down, Valerio VJ Johnson. Okay. And then you select the other persons are running. I noticed the president was running for something.
Mm-hmm.
I saw his name.
Yeah.
And then there are other candidates running for other elected offices.
Yeah, man. That's it, man.
And that's it.
That's it, man.
Now you put that back in the security sleeve.
Security sleeve.
That's so that when you go to put this in the mail. Now
I'm not gonna put it in the mail.
Well, you don't need a stamp. You can put it in the mail.
Nope, not gonna do it. I'm gonna put it in a drop box because I don't trust the mail. I trust the Board of Elections and Ethics drop box.
Okay. So now that you put it in the sleeve, you put it in the envelope. Now don't forget you have to sign it on the back. You have to sign it and put today's date before you seal it up. You have to sign your name, put the date that you did it, and then you can then seal it. Okay. And then you're saying you're not going to put it in a mailbox. You're going to take it to a Board of Elections drop box. Mm-hmm. Now, where are those at? Where are those located? Oh man, you just put your tongue right on there. Okay. Well, I don't condone tongue on the rubber on the ink. Yeah, we don't do that. You take a rag, dampen a rag, and moisten across the top, and then seal. Not with the tongue, ladies and gentlemen. That's just a personal thing.
Well, so for us, I was at Payne Elementary School this morning. I know they have one in front of Payne Elementary School.
Okay. What about public libraries?
We was meeting Ward 7 folks at the Pretzel Bakery this morning. We have one at Penn Branch Shopping Center.
Okay.
So when we stop from our pop-up and go into this candidates forum, we go there and get some food from Miss Toya's and then drop it off in the ballot, right? Drop it off in the ballot.
Right there in the box.
Yeah, but there are a number of places. Let me tell you where they are. Just hold on for a second. I know where they all are. Hold on.
Oh, wow. All right, everybody. So while VJ is going to identify all the locations where you can drop your ballot off in a Board of Elections box. Oh, well, he's back.
I'm back. It wasn't long. Ready? There are 9 locations.
9 locations.
Penn Branch. I just told you about that.
Okay, 9 locations. 9 locations here in Ward 7.
Yes, in Ward 7. Capitol View Library, Deanwood Library, Dorothy Height Library, Francis Gregory Library. Oh, you got something there. That's a pattern. Libraries.
Library. I see the pattern already. Is that the library?
Library. Think library. Rosedale Library. 5 libraries. All right. And then you got the police station. 6th District Police Station, 5002 Hayes Street Northeast. Then the DMV.
That's the one at 40 something in 42nd and Benning Road.
Nope. 5002 Hayes Street.
Hayes is off of 49th Street now. It used to be elementary school, but now it's been converted.
Elementary school. Roper, I think. No, Roper.
No, not Roper. No.
What was that? Roper was Ron Brown. What elementary school?
Roper's Ron Brown. What was that elementary school before it turned into 60 on Hayes?
And then the Benning Ridge Service Center, the DMV, which used to be the old Popeyes. You know that?
That's right. The old Popeyes next to the gas station on Benning Road.
Yep.
Old Popeyes. Go to the old Popeyes. That's right.
And then the Ridge Road Community Center.
Ridge Road Community Center. That's where the pool is.
That's where the brand new outdoor, recently new pool is. Yes.
That's right. On Ridge Road. Yes. 9 locations for you to go and drop your ballot off securely, safely here, early, now. Number 4 on the ballot. You vote, and then you take it and go put it in the box now. Okay. Well, VJ.
Oh, wait a minute. That's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. The bombardment of mailers to people's houses.
We have been getting a lot of mailers in the mail.
Mr. King said, here's what I have. He had a whole.
That's right.
Jay's like, here.
That's right. And just so everyone knows, you were meeting yesterday at the home of Frank King, one of the original blockbusters here in the Hillcrest community.
Him and Mr. Howard Gasaway, 1967 or 68.
Yes. And we sat there with his bride of 60 years, Lummy King.
Her.
And yes. And we had a wonderful conversation with them about the community and where it's been, where it is, where it's going.
Where we're going to take it, yes.
Yes, where we're going to take it. And he shared a great deal with us about a lot of things about the election, one of which was the box of mailers that they had collected.
Of dust, but dust on them. Here's what they say, BJ. What are they saying?
That's right.
Well, look, people have to be discerning. There's 9 great people vying for what they think is a very important job that will make them whatever they want to be, right? But the truth is, it's a job of service. And I read all of them, and people say a lot of good things. And I probably would be bamboozled by some of what people are saying if I didn't know any better, but I haven't been a servant making government work for the Ward 7 residents for the last 2 decades. I might buy into some of that, but I know better. And seasoned residents like the King family also know better. And, you know, these people have to stop trying to impress the voters with their individual academic and professional accomplishment and get to the bottom line. How have you made government work for the Ward 7 resident? What have you done to change the quality of life and prosperity of a person who lives in Ward 7? And they all fall short. So, you know, we are in the process of sending our mailers out, and you, the Ward 7 resident, will see. If you don't already know from listening to me or seeing me in the community or knowing what I've done, you will see it crystal clear. So it's hearing, listening to me at the forum, seeing me out in the community doing the work, knowing here and here, because our whole campaign is about hearts and minds. It's just not about how important I am or how important I want to be or how I'm trying to impress you, right? It's a difference between a boot shiner and a bootlicker, okay?
Yes. Yes.
And I'm okay with shining boots.
I want to stay on this point before you get away from it, because I was talking with some other residents who are like myself, second, third generation Washingtonians, lifelong Ward 7 residents who went to DC public schools, and we were talking about civics and history class and civics class that we remember growing up and being taught about the District of Columbia and how it came about and its government. And one of the things that came out of the conversation, which I found to be very interesting, and I was like, wow, you hit the nail on the head there. And that is this.
You had to take a test to graduate?
Well, yes.
Because they don't have to do that no more.
Exactly. But one of the things that has been lost because of that is there are citizens, residents here, 40 years and younger, 18 to 40, who live, work here in the District of Columbia, but have no understanding of how government is providing for the life that they enjoy here in this city, that they take for granted, that they don't, because they have lived here and they're here. This is what the person said to me. They said, in other jurisdictions outside the District of Columbia, the water to go to the pools is not free and made available to you simply because you're a resident. And they began to enumerate so many services that the District of Columbia government provides to its residents.
Facts.
That the residents themselves take for granted and think, well, everybody gets this. Everyone enjoys these privileges.
Now, if you go out to Rolling Crest, you got to pay $5 go swimming.
Exactly. And so the residents themselves don't, when you say making government work for you, it turns out the residents are like, make the government work for me. What is the government? I'm hearing the government don't do anything for me.
They don't know.
And right. And the government doesn't do for you. And the people are like, yeah, they spending up all that money, but they're not spending it on me. They don't understand the services that they are in fact receiving, the benefits they are receiving from the government.
Yeah, like our indoor aquatic facility that it took us 20 years to get, right? Because we had to compromise to get a modern, updated, modernized recreation center in 2004, right? We had to compromise on our indoor aquatic facility. Yet, we support. Here's another thing that we do as Hillcrest residents. We supported Deanwood getting an indoor aquatic facility. We supported HD Woodson getting its indoor aquatic facility renovated, right?
Yes.
And here it is, 20 plus years later, we have fought to secure and maintain the $15 million. So we can now, Hillcrest, right, have its indoor aquatic facility, which is what government, it's what I'm saying I do, right? When I was the ANC commissioner for 7B05, it was a swimmer. When I ran the facility at Rumsey, when I met you, when we got closer, because your kids was coming down from Tacoma.
That's right.
Right.
Right. I was going all the way across town to the Tacoma indoor aquatic facility to take my children from Ward 7 all the way across town for them to swim.
Right. So you spent a whole career as a parent with children who swim, going to Ward 4, going up and away from your home. Had we, 20 years ago, 2004, had that aquatic facility built with the modernization of the Hillcrest Recreation Center, you and your family would have saved hundreds of hours.
Yes.
Travel time. In fact, y'all could have just walked to the pool, right? So that's making government work for you. And I think you
got to make that live for people, because I think they are hearing so much rhetoric and noise about who is shiny, who is flashy, that the voter is like, well, it doesn't make a difference who is there. What they don't understand what government really does.
It does make a difference who's there. And
it does make a difference.
We was at 15th and C Street today at the Pretzel Bakery, and our team, I'm never amazed because I know what I've been doing, right? But our team seems to be always amazed, no matter where we go, where they go with me, where they're canvassing, where we're doing pop-ups, where we're at forum, wherever team members go with me, they are always amazed that someone knows me and that someone knows my work. And someone says, oh yeah, it's your turn, it's your time, right? But we have to stay the course, right? We have to stay the course, and we have to do the things, that need to be done. But it doesn't negate, right? A person running a 6-month campaign with government financing, in my mind, does not negate the 20 years of selfless service and sacrifice that I've done for people in Ward 7. And look, if some weird way we lose this election because 6 months of government finance campaigning erases, 20 years of service to Ward 7 residents, hey man, that's God's will. But I don't believe it, because everywhere I go in this ward, I am reminded of what I've done for somebody else and how appreciative they have been, and they are voting for us. So,
yes,
thankful.
Yes, amen, amen. Okay, well, let us share with the audience. How you can join the team. You can continue to be a part of the Valerio team. Here you can scan the QR code. You can visit him at his website. What's your website?
www.VJ4Ward7. VJ4Ward7, also not to be confused, but could be confused as forward Ward 7, right? VJ4WARD7. 4, like on the number ballot, right? 4, no, FOR, not 4, like the number 4 on the ballot where you find me, but
which is FOUR,
right? Which is FOUR, not FOR.
Which, by the way, there are no numbers on the ballot. You're just the 4th person on the ballot, number 4.
The best name, and you ain't got to look for the name. It just pops out to you. You saw it. It just, I'm here. I didn't have to look for my name. It just said, I'm here.
Yeah, just here.
It
That's
was
right.
there.
That's right.
You know, so Valario VJ Johnson is at www.vj4ward7.com, VJFORWARD7.com.
Yes.
You can meet me. I'm going to Minnesota Avenue right now. We're going to meet neighbors at Minnesota Avenue. We have our first wave of new billboards up. Our billboards got chopped down. We were the first to do 4x8 billboards, like in Maryland, and the folks out there who are
vandals.
Well, let's just say we were the first to put them up, and they all gobbled them up, took them down, and then they put theirs up
in the same locations. In some instances, literally took yours down and then replaced it with theirs.
All private property. That's the difference. They're all private property. But we're starting to putting them back. So it's time for you to know we're coming back, and you just keep your eyes out. We're going over there.
I got a telephone call from your camp today.
Oh, what did it say?
In fact, it said that Kerry Thornhill, who is a long time Ward 7 resident and a prominent activist here in the political community. Kerry Thornhill is one of the stalwarts here who she was a graduate of Dunbar High School, where she had developed a long-term friendship with our current council member, Vincent Gray. And she was saying on the call that she supports you, and she was encouraging all of her friends and colleagues who have been with her to now support you.
Let me tell you, and that's major, right? Let me tell you why that's major. Because Miss Kerry Thornhill is one of the stalwarts in Ward 7 who plucked me out of youth organizing along Minnesota Avenue many, many years ago. In fact, she had a guy named Vincent Spalding who saw me doing youth development work through an article that featured the work that I was doing, invite me up to his house on Westover. And you know me, I'm a local joker, right? Like I'm coming from the other side of the town, and I'm Westover. It's like Magic Kingdom up there, you know.
That's right.
On the house, and he's got this big old house and a bookshelf and books galore and wood grain, and I'm like,
yeah.
You know. And
hold on, that's at Ben Spalding's house.
Yeah, and
he had a lot of books.
Yes, he's well read, and it was like, well, we want you to help us. How am I help you? You know, I'm just a young professional. You know, I'm recent graduate. You know, college, whatever. And it was like,
but before you go away from that, I want you to know, Vince Spalding is a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Just throw that out at you. The well-read guy with all the books.
Oh yeah, I understand.
Okay. I'm sorry. That was just a point of personal privilege. It was my show. I've heard you mention about your fraternity, but I want you to know that this man you're talking about.
He's Kappa. I got it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so you know, met them, talked to them, and a whole host of leaders who push for economic development, push for housing affordability, push for transformative schools and school choice. They all sat me down and say, hey, man, keep doing the work that you're doing with these young people. The youth are the future. And the irony of it is, hey, we got a bunch of young people running, right? So these folks always were supportive. And then I was young, but I'm still young because 70 is the new 50. So, yeah, I'm not 70. So yeah, I'm still young. So we have just super young, super young, and all of these people over the past 2 decades have poured into me. And Miss Carrie Thornhill was the last school board person. I know we keep saying it's a school board person in the race, but it's not. It's a state board person. And Carrie Thornhill was the last school board person. And the school board had the budget controls over the school, which is the difference between the school board and the state board, because the state board has no power and no authority.
So one of the candidates now is indicating that she is president of the state board.
Yeah, this person.
But the inference is that she is managing the educational budget, but in fact, the state board does not.
No, they focus on. Hey, to your point, they focus on graduation requirements. So remember when we graduated from DCPS, you had to take a citizen or civics test.
Yes.
To get out. So
That's
you
right.
had to know how your government worked for you.
That's right. That's right.
Well, they don't have to do that no more.
Because under the state board, those requirements have been abolished, done away with, along with so many of our public schools.
Yeah. So yeah, they work on teacher credentialing and lunches, nutrition. So they just have recommendation powers, right? But whatever. I'm not going there. I'm just talking about Carrie Thornhill and how she was a school board member and she would make decisions about money and investment in schools. She also was the executive director of the Marshall Heights Community Development Organization, where she would grow business like East River Park and do all these amazing things. And she has been very instrumental in helping me understand the intersectionality of economic development, public safety, and education. It's not one or the other. It's all three, because the difference between a school community that is thriving is the neighborhood community that the school exists in. And I always joke with people. People say, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? I say, well, Jefferson Middle School used to be next door to Southeastern University. Annika High School, across the street from Howard University. School Without Walls on the campus of George Washington University. Ellington in the neighborhood of Georgetown. MacArthur High School in the neighborhood of Georgetown, right? So we continue, Sherwood Elementary School in
the former Wilson
American University.
Yes.
Right. Eaton, Glover Park, Connecticut Avenue. Right.
That's
so
right.
When you go where all the other private schools are, and those folks don't want to put the kids in private schools, so they invest in the public school through their charitable groups, and they do what they can do for their kids to avoid paying $20,000, $30,000 a year. Right. But I'm saying that because these people who have poured into me over the years, i.e. Carrie Thornhill, helped me understand how to make government work for the Ward 7 residents, because I was helping them make government work for the Ward 7 residents when they were in their prime. And now they are aging and becoming more golden. I got all the knowledge and I got the historical and cultural context from just sitting at their feet and serving them.
That's right. And you know what? It's so important in successful organizations and that's what the District of Columbia government is. It's an organization, it's a company, it's a corporation. Succession planning.
Which is what I worked on in grad school. You didn't know that. I don't talk about my accomplishments, but since you brought that up, that was what I wrote my thesis on in grad school.
Succession planning.
Yes. I'm having a see him over here. Go. Leadership styles in its propensity to succession plan. I studied different type of leadership styles. Here's more information. At the Points of Light Foundation, which was the president's, George Bush, volunteer organization for the country. They would take corporate workers, put them into voluntary situation and do disaster relief. I studied at that organization doing my thesis research around succession planning and leadership for 6 months. So that's why volunteerism is so important to me, right? That's why I'm able to give so much, because all of what I've done has directed me to be a giver, a selfless giver to advance community. So volunteerism is a part of me. But I make money. Don't get it twisted. Like Miss Lummy said yesterday. Hey, Shiny, how you paying your bills? I was like, oh, I got a W-2 and I'm entrepreneur. So yeah, I got a 9-year-old.
That's right.
Yeah. No.
That's right. Right. But here's the thing, interesting thing though, on that point about a W-2 in a job. There are candidates who are in this race who have retired recently from their 20, 30-year federal job or have worked for large multinational housing conglomerates. And for them, this is just, I mean, literally, I heard a candidate say, this is a quote, that I retired Thursday from my federal job. I decided and woke up on Friday that now I can be the Ward 7 council member. So I came down and registered. And here I am.
You can't wait.
Is it just a job for you? Is the position just a job?
No, it's a natural progression. It is allowing me to have the power and authority and influence of the position to do more for Ward 7. It's not a job. It's a causality. It's the only way that I can continue to impact Ward 7 at the highest level. I've been a 5.5-term ANC commissioner. I've been involved.
So that's 10. Is that 10 years? How long is that?
That's 10 years, 10.5 years. Because I took.
That's 10.5 years.
I stepped in just like now. I stepped in. The lady mother died, and she stepped out, and I stepped in. So I filled a half a term. Miss Dolly Davis. And then civic leader, I've been a part of this civic association since 2005. I've been in active leadership since 2015. Here I'm the president, and I've done a whole host of board services, the Commission on Fathers, Men, and Boys, the Ward 7 Business Partnership, where I helped to write and push for Main Streets, which is a direct investment. Millions of dollars.
Main Street. You mean Pennsylvania Avenue, Minnesota Avenue, Main Street? Why do I care as a resident of Ward 7 about something called a Main Street? It ain't do nothing for me.
Well, you won't care directly, but as a business owner, if you have a brick and mortar business along Minnesota Avenue, Pennsylvania Avenue, or Nellie Helen Burroughs Avenue, the city connects you to the Department of Small and Local Disadvantaged Businesses and pumps resources into your operations so you can be a better service provider of your products for sale. So let's say the project that I take credit for, the 2900 block of Minnesota Avenue, all minority, all Black, all women, right? So you got a barbershop owned by a brother. You got a nail salon owned by a sister. You got a braiding shop owned by a woman of African descent, right? Not African American, but she's Cambodian. You have a t-shirt shop owned by a brother, right? You have a liquor store owned by Indian Americans, right? So you have this community, right, in the 2900 block where we pumped money to do their facade improvement, right? To spray, what do you call it? High pressure wash the building to make it clean, and then spray paint it, right? And then put uniform signs and bright street lights for security.
You mean like they have over in these other communities, like they have out in Virginia, like they have over across town? You mean where everything looks uniform?
Yeah. And the security gates, and when you walk down there, you're not fearful, and they clean up and they keep it they have money now. So I mean, that's the kind of stuff I've done and do, and that I get that from people like Miss Carrie Thornhill and all the other folks who have been doing this way longer than you and I probably been alive, right? So yeah, it's we don't want anybody to get the seat, man. We don't. In fact, it would be bad if anybody who is inexperienced, who don't value culture, who don't value history, who haven't done anything, somehow by attrition or some mathematical equation, they win by one vote, have this seat, because then our progress over the years will probably take a turn for the worse.
For the worse. Everybody, Valerio B.J. Johnson, your next Ward 7 council member. The ballots are out. He got his ballot. He showed you. He opened it up. He showed you where to vote. He's 4th on the ballot. He used the blue pen. You can use black or blue to darken in. His name is there, bold. He showed you how to sign your name and seal it. Don't lick it. I don't like to lick to seal it. I like to dab. I like to dab, moisten it, and then seal it up. He gave you the locations of the drop boxes. The Board of Election has 9 boxes around, primarily at your library. Oh, he's voted. I voted. There you go. I voted. And they have these boxes, drop boxes. It appears to be at every library.
Right, for sure.
For sure, in the ward and some other locations, but every library, a safe, secure place for you to drop your ballot now, early, vote now. Number 4, Valerio B.J. Johnson, now. Hey, BJ, thanks again for coming on to the show. We appreciate you. We look forward to hearing more about you and your candidacy, and look to see you very, very soon. I know you've reminded us June 4th is the last day to vote.
Last day to vote.
You can now vote now. Is the time to vote now.
Yeah.
VJ Johnson.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Well, all the best. Again, I'm Anthony Bowling with the Anthony Bowling Group, and this has been another episode of Chasing Gazillions. Ain't the same as making millions. Hanging out with a local real estate professional here, bringing you information that's beneficial to you and your family here in Washington, D.C. and the greater DMV community. All the best. Take care. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Anthony. I appreciate you.
You're very welcome.